Am I the a-hole for wanting a divorce after my husband told me he should have married a younger woman 5 weeks after we lost our own baby? I'm Vivi, 38F, and my husband Arnold, 38M, and I have been together for 6 years in total, married for 4. He was against having kids when I met him, but we weren't using protection the whole time, so I was quietly hoping I'd get pregnant one day. That day came 2 years ago. I was ecstatic, but he got mad when I told him I was pregnant, saying it wasn't a good time because we had just moved into our new place and were still settling down. I was really hurt by his reaction. Unfortunately, the pregnancy turned out to be ectopic. I almost died, and the doctors had to operate to remove the baby, which was stuck in my fallopian tube. They had to take out one of my tubes. I was devastated, but I tried to move on. I got a new job and focused on my career. Everything was going super well. Clients came to me day and night. I was at the very peak of my career. But my biological clock was ticking, so I decided to see an IVF doctor. Arnold didn't have any reaction at first. He just let me do my thing, the blood tests, the screenings, etc. Until they checked him, and we found out he had an STD, chlamydia. I was in shock. The doctor said it had been in his body the whole time and had gone undetected. He also told us it was one of the possible reasons we never conceived naturally, due to Arnold's weak sperm count, and likely a major factor in my ectopic pregnancy. Arnold was shocked too. He claimed he didn't know and pointed out that he goes through regular STD checks at work. He's in the MIU. He swore he never cheated on me and that he must have gotten it from an ex. I was in the middle of IVF, hormonal, vulnerable, and devastated. But I chose to forgive him and move on. We continued the treatment, and he became very supportive. Our first round of IVF didn't succeed. So I made a huge decision. I gave up my career to focus fully on this. And finally, after many days and nights of meditation, stress management, and keeping myself healthy, our second round succeeded. I was ecstatic. No words could express how happy I was. And as the days passed, I saw how Arnold started to get excited about the baby too. It warmed my heart and gave me hope. But at 21 weeks, I developed severe eclampsia and HELLP syndrome. My organs were failing. They had to perform an emergency C-section. Our baby didn't make it. That was the most painful day of my life. There were days when I felt numb. Days I wished I died too. My OB had to force me into therapy because I was falling into a deep depression. With the support of my friends and family, I started to feel a bit better. But the pain is still here. It will always be here. Arnold and I began talking about trying again next year. I was scared because of the trauma, but I agreed because I knew how much he wanted to be a father and I saw the genuine excitement in his eyes. Fast forward 5 weeks after the loss. My friend invited us over for dinner. I obliged because I knew she was just trying to help me move on. Arnold got super drunk that night. When we got home, he asked for food, so I started making something for him. He started being rude. He always gets like that when drunk. I tried to ignore it and kept cooking. Then he sat down on the couch and said, I should have married a younger woman so I could have a baby. I froze. I couldn't move. He looked at me and smirked, then added, You like it when I'm drunk, right? 'Cause that's when I tell the truth. I stopped speaking to him after that. The next day, he asked why I was upset. I told him what he said. He claimed he was probably just joking, but I was sober. He wasn't joking. I know when he's joking, and this wasn't it. He kept apologizing, but I just can't ignore the fact that he thinks that way. That those words were in his mind to begin with. That he said them just 5 weeks after we lost our baby. I know this might sound paranoid, but his father has a long history of infidelity, especially with younger women. And I can't shake the thought that he might become just like him. So now I'm wondering, am I the a-hole for seriously considering ending my marriage to protect myself from further heartbreak?